Seeing Beyond. Living Transformed is a spiritual crossing of the threshold to the world of being a truly expanded human being. Join mediums Cheryl and Kelly for conversations about discovering deep spirituality, developing your intuitive and empathic skills, and personal mediumship. Each episode will focus on tips, tools, and techniques to help you understand and expand your own inner gifts and life journey. You can call in each week to receive spiritual guidance, personal readings, and we'll answer your questions. We'll talk with luminary experts on meditations, the afterlife, energy healing, past lives, and much more. Join our Seeing Beyond spiritual community to learn more about expanding your mind, body, and soul, and have fun on your journey to empowered transformation.
Hey, welcome everyone. Welcome ladies. Welcome to tonight's episode, Your Soul's Path, Healing Light or Healing Insights through Numerology with special guest Kelly Brickel. So we have so much to talk about tonight. Just welcome everyone to our show, Seeing Beyond, Living Transformed. As always, I want to start off by saying hello to my guest, Kelly Eckhart. Hello, Kelly. How are you?
I'm great, Cheryl. Thank you. Thank you.
It's great to see you, Kelly. And then we have another Kelly Brickel this evening. Hey, Kelly, how are you?
I'm doing good, but you know, Kelly with the Eckhart last name, she always has extra energy. She has an extra E in her name, so she's a Kelly with more energy than I.
Yes, that's it. I don't know about that. I think you're Miss Energy. Go. Like I've seen what you're doing.
Oh, back at you, girl.
Well, look, guys, we are talking tonight about numerology. You know, we're going to ask Kelly Brickel in just a moment to tell us about ourselves, or to tell us about her. But really, Kelly, we're going to ask you if you could do a reading or two this evening, just to give everyone the heads up how you work. Are you going to be needing like birth dates or anything like that people need to kind of be thinking about?
Yeah, for a numerology reading, if someone could give me their birth date, their month, and their day is what's most needed. And if they could type out the month, so I know I'm not getting the day and the month backwards. So just type out like MAY versus just a 5.
Yeah,
Right.
That's smart.
So look,
That's confusing.
I think both Kelly Eckhart and myself, we have both seen you work, Kelly. We've seen you demonstrate, work with other people. We've had readings with you. We love everything that you teach. And I was just telling Kelly last week how easy you make it understandable, right? You have this clipboard, you have a pen and pencil, you know, you're telling people as you go, because numerology can be, you know, confusing to a lot of people. And can you tell us a little bit about yourself and really what you do as a psychic medium and numerologist?
Sure. Well, I just have a passion for this work, and I do psychic and mediumship readings, but I also do numerology readings. And sometimes, actually, the most common style of reading I do for people is a combination of psychic and numerology. So I see people like one-on-one. Sometimes I do more traditional chart readings with numerology and look at things in a much more traditional way. And sometimes people just want little hits of the energy and just know about pockets of their life. And so I get to mix that with psychic rather easily. And then kind of when I'm not doing readings, whether it's like a group or one-on-one, I try to teach when I have some time. And also I have Sacred Spiral Network where I help wonderful other psychic mediums, intuitives, and people in the energetic metaphysical field to present their gifts and allow for communities to be made with people who are like-minded or really just, you know, need this within their life in some way. It's another passion of mine. Yes.
Oh, fantastic. So you're teaching and doing readings. I love it.
And speaking of teaching, you're coming to Sacramento in a week and a half, or like a week and a day or something.
Yeah. I'm coming to Moxie Crystals in Sacramento, Kelly's shop, and I'm doing a night of psychic and numerology readings, so demonstrations, gallery style, and then I'm teaching the next day after. So that's going to be February 1st and 2nd. On the 2nd, I'll be teaching people how to use their psychic and numerology skills. So learn about numerical energy, how they can integrate and feel and sense and work with it to further read as an ability, as a tool. So yes.
Yes, and I'll post the links for that for anybody that's curious or wants to join us in Sacramento. It's an in-person class, and I think we have plenty of room, so join us.
And thanks for people just logging on. You know, we have a wonderful guest with us tonight. If you're just now joining us, we have a wonderful psychic medium and numerologist, Kelly Brickel. Look, it is about Kelly understanding, really, we're going to ask her questions about politics maybe, or the 2025, or what's in store, or what's a popular question people are asking you?
Yeah.
Oh, there's lots of different questions that people ask me. There's the global questions, and more, where are we going as the humans, Earth, even the United States, and then there's just like the personal stuff. So you're looking at very different things with global versus a personal chart, and where somebody is, and the numbers mean different things with how they express themselves. They still have this archetype, but they express themselves in different ways. So people just ask me a lot at times. The most common question is, what cycle are we in, and what does that mean for everybody? And we're in a cycle of 9. It changes every year. So globally, everyone is sharing the number 9, and that means within governments, within our personal playthroughs of our own life, we're all shedding and we're all ready to ascend. And it's a mixture of things going fast and actually being highly stimulating, but understanding that there's going to be major, major transformations. And that can be heavy, but most times it's like kind of reassuring, and it just gets you through, because you know that it's not the end, you know that it's a wrap up, and you're excited for something new to come in. So you're going to see, like, while that's happening, government changes, again, more disclosures maybe with aliens. I could get into that a little bit more, or changes within AI being integrated. So we're, as a society, we're not doing things the same way, and so radically we're coming out of our shells to make sure that happens. But also we're seeing how things are changing around us that we can't control too. So a lot of major shifts this year, more so than other years.
Got it.
And into next year.
And to say that this is a 9-year, I believe what you're doing is you're adding up 2025, right? You're adding up our year 2025, 2 plus 2 plus 5, and that's how you're coming up with a 9. And
Yes.
And 9 also, as you're saying, just to reiterate to people, it's a completion year, right? Or something. It's about things coming to a close, or just like naturally coming to an end, like doors closing, new doors opening, that type of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And so it's in ways that we don't expect, and in ways that are obvious. So it's an all-encompassing number, and a lot of times the ways that we don't expect. And so you'll see this in like your local community. You'll see this within yourself, within your family. You will feel like with situations, wow, that was way easier for some reason. It's like, I've been trying to get this done all my life. Like, let's say you wanted like a rescue group to come together, and they were always denying your proposal, or, there was injustice for animals. Or let's say you've been trying to talk to your mom or dad and just have like kind of a resolution, or you wanted more peace within the family, and they're always like, no, we don't want to talk, we don't want, we're busy. For whatever reason, this year, it's almost like the patterns start to end and change, because everyone's energy goes into a new cycle. So you're more likely to see your, like, whether it's around you within community or within friendships or family, they'll go, okay, yeah, I'll have that conversation, or okay, yeah, we can try this. And you're like, what? Like, for 10, 20, 30 years, you've never been wanting to do this, and suddenly I'm getting this result, and it's weird. So it deals a lot, 9, with, it's the number of forgiveness too as well. Because
I like that.
Yeah. Everyone kind of just goes, I can do something different. And to really add that further, both parties need to kind of be in the energy too as well.
Do you think it then is kind of going to be also a year of healing for a lot of people?
Yeah. 9 is massively, all the numbers are healing, but
But
9. Oh,
reason it
go ahead.
feels like, oh, I'd say, but 9 feels like it's some reason this year it's like for to push people into that healing mode. No?
Yeah. Yes, it does. Because 9 is like a humanitarian number. So it makes us all look at our social relationships, and it makes us have like these empathetic realizations where there's actually tangible change. So it is nice. It's one of the doing numbers where people get it finally and they go, okay, all right, let's do something about it. So it does have the capacity for radical healing much more than other numbers. Absolutely.
I love it. That's the first time I've heard that about it being an
Yeah.
empathetic number or about forgiveness.
I'm loving it because 9's my favorite number anyways. And there's a lot of 9s in my birthday.
Ooh,
9, 29, 1970. So I was
it
like,
is.
9, you know? I know that's not my final number, but I've always been drawn to the number 9.
If there's 9, it might not be your actual number, but if there's 9 embodied, you will have traces of that number. They will be
That's
like
how
a
I,
little bit more muted, but it's in you.
yeah.
And yeah, there's certain numbers that are people numbers, like
Yeah.
3s, 6s, and 9s. They're people numbers. 6 is a people number. It wants to just always help. It's the nursing number. It's the mother number. It's the father number. It just wants to help and stand up for others. 9 is more like a global, I want to help and stand up for others. So it's very like social injustice. It's very all encompassing. I don't have to know you to love you or to help you. I just have to do it because it's the right thing to do. And 3 is a more lighthearted vibration of that. It's just, can't we all just get along and have fun? I want to make you smile. I want you to have a good time. Let's just share some connection and inspiration and revel while we're here. So yeah, it's really fascinating.
Those are my 2 favorite numbers, 3 and 9.
3 and 9.
I'm
3 and 9.
5, but I've always been drawn to 3 and 9.
There's a lot of energy in certain numbers more than others. And the 3s and 9s, the 5s, and well, I would say the 3s, the 9s, and the 5s, and the 6s too. They pack like a really hard, potent punch where they're able to take on a lot. Like that's likewise, I think, joking around the beginning. I'm like, oh, it's Kelly with an extra E. She has so much energy because they can burn. I'd have to look at your chart, but if you're attracted to those numbers, you probably have some influence in your chart, and they can burn the candle at both ends and actually get away with it more than most people. There's more vitality in those numbers.
Yeah, most of my life I didn't sleep much until like maybe the last 10 years. My average sleep was 4 to 6 hours a night.
Well, I couldn't see. I can't do that. There you go. There we go. We solved the mystery. I cannot do that. I short circuit. I'm like,
well, I'm a night owl, so I would go to bed at like 1 or 2 in the morning, but then I had to get up at like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Can I ask you, Kelly Brickel? I've always been attracted to the number 4, and I never know why, but things to me happen in 4s, or it's just, I don't know why. 4, 4, 4, whatever it has. It's just 40. Like, can you just tell me something about that? Like, why are people attracted to numbers, as you said?
Yeah, that's a good question.
What is the attraction to certain numbers?
I am drawn to numbers too. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Well, one, it's probably in your chart in some way, in some very influential way. You either have a similar number vibration because there's number clusters that have similar energy, or you have that exact number. And it's funny because if you were to ask me, can you guess what number I'm attracted to? I would have guessed a 4 or a 7 for you. Okay. No joke. Yeah, I would have. And psychically I was getting the 4 first because, psychic just helps, right? You don't have to think the whole
it does.
But the 4 is a very grounded number, and it loves knowledge, and it loves steadiness, and it loves to be prepared. And so like it craves a structure, and it breeds really quality results.
Right.
So if you feel like that's what you need more in your life, you would constantly seek or look to amplify the 4 energy. Like, what gives me quality? What gives me reliability? What
Oh, that's
ensures that I'm going to do a good job? And how can I do it in a way where I can survey everything and feel good about what I've done at the end of the day?
That's
That helps that
totally
energy.
Cheryl.
That's amazing. And I'm a Taurus, so I'm like grounded to the earth and all of
Yeah,
that.
that's like you just described Cheryl.
So look, guys, this is interesting. Kelly Brickel. Kelly Brickel's with us, guys. You're joining us. Please say hi to Kelly in the comments section. You can go to her website. Kelly Eckhart has been posting it, so thank you, Kelly.
Let me get it again.
I'll post
I
it
will
too.
post it in the back. It's kellybrickel.com.
Mhm.
And I'll post it in the comments again here.
And just to remind anyone just logging on, Kelly Brickel and her wonderful readings with numerology and her being a psychic and a medium, she's going to be at Kelly's Crystal Store in Sacramento. So look, we want you to enjoy meeting Kelly, watch how she works. I mean, and you learn from her because I just love numbers. And I know so many people do, and they're so curious. And I think what you're telling me, Kelly, is like numbers have personalities, or it's almost like numbers are like the planets and the stars, like they're information, and you can connect with them and resonate with them.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a lot of crossovers between astrology and numerology.
Oh my.
Yes.
There really are. I mean, we're in the year of Aquarius, the age, excuse me, of Aquarius in astrology, and that really goes with, ushering in a year 9 to set that off. Like, so there's so many correlations just naturally if you just look at different systems. But yeah, think about numbers like colors. Colors have vibration, and there's like, you can read the aura with colors, or, feel like if someone's green, it means something to you. It's the same way with numbers. And then, yes, there's technical parts to it as well.
I'm glad you mentioned colors. We're all about colors on the show too. So I'm glad you mentioned that.
We have so many people putting in their birthdays. Can we just do one?
Yeah, sure. Sure. Absolutely.
He just posted, we'll try to get to as many people, but I feel drawn to him.
Sure. I'm going to just drink a little bit of water.
Yeah.
It's definitely a funny color, but it's, electrolytes.
Oh yeah. They make me feel so much better. Whenever I'm having an off day or feel lethargic, I'll put a little electrolytes in my water and I feel great.
I agree. Electrolytes help me so much too. Yeah. Okay. So, Jose, did you have, so I can do like mini ones, just like guide me kind of how you want to do this.
We'll just do quick little mini ones.
But if Jose has a question, if not, I'll just do a general. And so I'll look out for what Jose is saying in the comments. So thank you, Jose. Yeah, and so Jose is at attitude 5, a personal day 4, and his life path number is 7. And I'm just going to make sure on that. And I believe that's right. Yes. Okay. And then he is in a cycle of 5, of course. Okay. So there's a lot we can pull from here, but kind of what jumps off the page first, a general, okay, thank you, Jose, is he is an attitude 5. And so I always like to say, if people know about astrology, your attitude number is like your rising sign. It's a very large part of you, this number. It's a part that you don't really have to learn how to be, you just are, okay? And then your life path is like your sun sign. You are kind of like this, but you're really learning and you're trying to embody, and you're not all the way into this vibration yet, but your attitude number, you are. So Jose, you're a 5. So this means like you're very like capricious. This means that you can't sit still. Sometimes you're always, have your hands in multiple pots, and you're easily bored. And so travel's really good for you, and being on the go kind of opens up your spirit and gets you into life. So you're very hands-on rather than preferring only to read in a book. You have to actually like do it in order to learn and be a part of it, or it just doesn't go in as deep. So no, that's very important. Tactile, tangible touch, very important for your energy. And then you're also a life path 7. Okay. So I'm going to just further this. Like, you love to learn everything. Okay. Like, we already talked about how you're curious, but
Yeah.
like, you just will absorb. Okay. It's never ending. And it's important because the way that you are going to be utilizing this, all this information you're gathering, is you have to put it all together like this puzzle. Like, this piece goes with this piece and this piece. And again, I'm going to remind you, it can't just be done by reading a book. Okay. You've already experienced that, but you have to take it now one step further. And you're like, yes, I'm a hands-on person. I do work as an auto-body technician. Okay. Well, so you're already doing this, but like, Spirit's actually like telling me to repeat myself again, because it's like something has to be done one step further. Like, you already have an idea and you've dabbled already with it, but the next step has to be out there. And I feel like if you can understand, like, you've been thinking about like partnering, like with one of your friends or your coworkers, because you're like, we could do this better, we could figure this out better. So whether you're gonna jump to another company and you have your buddy with you, or you're actually like conspiring or still talking about, again, doing it better, doing things your own way, I would really look into that. But you have to kind of dabble in actually calling places and seeing what you can do actively, not just it looks like this and this and this, we should jump when we see a good opportunity. No. Make calls, try things. You have to go out and make it happen. That's what, like, it's not just about timing. Yes, it's just, I know it sounds funny, but it's so true. That's the last thing I'll say. I know it's a short show, but it's not all about timing. Like with this, you have to get the ball rolling, and then you're going to lock in your perfect timing. Okay. So
Wow.
Jose, I hope that makes sense. And I'm just going to send that off to you.
That was awesome,
That
Kelly.
is awesome,
Yeah.
Kelly. That was so much information.
That was a lot, and you were quick.
So, Kelly, when you do your readings for people, I mean, what are your readings like? First off, do you do them on Zoom or by phone? Can people reach you remotely and at long distance? Can we work with you that way?
Yes. So I do in person, or I do on Zoom. Exactly. And like,
Wow.
people would have a longer style reading if they want something shorter, sure. But yeah, it's just, there's so much information that pops up. And with numerology, it's really fun because basically I just have all these little colors and I just go, let's look into this color, let's look into that color. So I have all this information coming up. So it's like a little highway roadmap kind of already set for me. And I just kind of look down this way and I look down that way.
It's fantastic.
I love it.
Kelly,
Well,
can you just ask how you got started? Or Kelly Eckhart, do you mind me taking a moment and just saying,
no, go for it.
like, how'd you get started? Like, was it always numerology when you were a kid, or did somebody hand you a book, or how did that just pop into your life? Because you're so knowledgeable.
Yes, she is, isn't she?
Thank you. So I got into numerology not with any expectation other than to kind of like look at tools, psychic tools, because I was learning about psychic mediumship and I was having some personal experiences and I was meditating a lot, and there was a lot of self-doubt and there was a lot of doubt within the world of how I actually, if I even believed if this was a thing, because I didn't have any references. I didn't have any family members I could talk to that experienced anything similar. I found out later that actually my great grandmother was a psychic and a healer.
Oh my
But
God.
I had to pry that out of people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they were just like, oh, she did, she helped people. She did like, healing work. She did prayer. Like, I kind of knew that. Maybe I heard it somewhere, but then when I'm like, speaking of that, tell me more about that, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, she did readings for people and she did hands-on healing.
Wow.
And so I didn't know that. I had no idea until I asked a lot more about it, and I had to ask like multiple years at different times to get different angles of the story, because they'd be like, oh, I don't remember it, right? And I'm like, but on that day they might have remembered, and on this year they might have remembered a little bit more to the story. But yeah, I didn't know. So honestly, I just kind of started watching TV one day. I saw Sylvia Brown. I started reading in the spiritual book section. I started going, okay, this is a thing. I think it's real. I thought about it a lot. I, had a lot of just personal experiences, but I'm just like, I don't know, right? I wanted to be very like logical with it. I didn't mean to be, but that's all I knew how to do. And so when I was like, okay, I think this is real, but like, why do people do astrology, and why do people do numerology and runes and cards? I'm like, like, that's not direct connection. So like, is that even a thing? Right. So I started going down the rabbit hole with that, and numerology was the one right away where I was like, oh, I think I see some connections here, because I was looking at people's charts, like the president at the time, and actors and actresses, where their personalities were in the public, how they presented themselves were in the public. And I'd go, oh, that makes sense why their numbers would be like that, with the way that I kind of feel them or perceive them to be. And I found like patterns. So it was something since I would say 16, 17, that I would play around with every year. I'd always play around with it multiple times a year. And then like in my 20s, I was like, I actually know a lot about this because this is my hobby. Why am I not bringing this into my readings? And then I started doing that and having fun with it. But it took like, it wasn't until I would say I was about 20, oh gosh, I have to do the math, like 24, 25, when I was like, I should start bringing this into my readings. It was just like, honestly, a way to learn about energy, as I was already doing psychic stuff, as I was already doing mediumship stuff.
I love that.
That's so interesting. And now you're using it in your readings, and you're helping people, and you're helping people understand the benefits of, numerology, right? It helped you connect to spirit, it helped, there's lots of benefits to numerology. I know we were not going to name them all, but, why do people want to know about, what is it that people, what's a benefit for numerology? I know I'm trying to get
I know what you're trying to say.
There's so many benefits.
One question.
It's so many benefits. It's like a reading. What's the benefit of a reading? You go in to find about yourself. But with numerology, you can actually look at specific parts of yourself. So you can look at if a relationship is compatible based on your numbers versus another person's numbers. If friendships are even easily, let's say
business relationships.
Yeah, exactly. You will see kind of where you have ease and where you have difficulty, and like whether it's short term or long term, how to weather some of those things. You can look at it's amazing, just a personality versus that year. You could be heads up this year between you and your boss, or your husband or your wife. It's going to be a little rocky because you don't have compatible drivers. So everyone has these drivers within themselves in different categories that makes them want to act a certain way, that makes them want to go after certain tasks and act in certain ways. So we see the world through our certain numbers, our certain filters, and then other people see us through their filters with how we make them feel with our numbers. So like there's certain parts to our energy, just like think about the aura, like certain layers to the aura, like it's the same way with numbers. And if we have a certain placement, someone will think we feel feminine, or someone would think we're aggressive, or someone might think we're really smart, or someone might think we're really accomplished, all just in how we make somebody feel on the first impression. Or even if we've known them for a long time, we radiate a certain predominant number on the outside. And then we have all these numbers on the inside with what we want and crave and need, and they might not match the outside numbers. And so it gets really complicated. So when someone comes in, you go, hey, like, have you been dealing with this with your life? Because it seems like people would treat you like this, but you really want this. Or how are you doing with A, B, and C? Because it would make you happy to have this. And people would go like, yeah, like, that's what I'm always trying to do with people. And, people, and you break it down for them, why they're getting those things. You can just see on their chart. It's amazing. It blows my mind every single time.
And is that what you're going to be teaching in Sacramento?
Well,
all of your years.
I will be teaching parts of that. I will be teaching parts because we have to break down how to even get there in the first place. And that takes time within itself. I want to do longer numerology courses. I have done a couple of them over the years where I've had people for weeks and weeks, because you have to learn certain fundamentals to even go to the next part. And then some of those other parts have fundamentals too. So I can teach you how to read, and it's actually quite easy. But if you want to look into specific pockets of information, I can pull this and I can pull that, and I can. It takes time to understand where to look and how to work with it. But it's easy. It's still easy.
I'm fascinated by it. Oh, sorry. I'm fascinated by what you can say.
Sorry, can you post Kathy Castatelli? I'm definitely booking a reading with Kelly Brickel, she says. Kelly, I'm definitely booking a reading with you.
Where is that?
Right at the
right there. I found it.
Thank you.
Yes.
So it's so interesting because I know we're going to ask you to do another reading, but just to tell you that they say numbers are a universal language, right? Like, I mean, it's just so natural for us, I guess, to resonate with numbers. It's just who we are. It's in our spiritual makeup or presence as a spiritual being. So amazing. Well,
it is amazing. There's so many things you can do with it. I mean, like, we're made up of, all these mathematical laws. I have more to research always.
Kelly, I know you're coming to the store, but do you teach online? Because there are people that are from all over that are like curious and would like to learn.
Yeah, I teach online. Absolutely. I have to put a class out there this year. I haven't done that yet, but I would really, really like to do that.
And maybe even a mentorship one day.
Yeah.
Mentorship. I'm pushing you out there.
I have one person that is studying under me, just like one-on-one. So I have like mentorships that you can come find me for, whether it's like psychic or numerology. But I have one person who's been wanting to become a numerologist. So we focus on just numerology things. And it is so fun to teach.
Here's a question from Bernadette. Is numerology similar to angel numbers? I'm just curious too. It's a great question.
It's the same. So angel numbers was a phrase coined and made popular by Doreen Virtue in the 90s. And angel numbers are just number sequences or master number vibrations. So it's just a different phrasing for master numbers in numerology.
Interesting. Okay. I like that. I have a site I like to go to, and she calls it it's called Joanne's Sacred Scribes, and the way she describes it is she's combined numerology with channeled angel messages.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it was kind of like people who are channeling what they felt within the numbers with numerology principles. Exactly. It's the same, but a little tweaked.
I don't know numerology like you do. I mean, I really don't, but I love it. But I will say this, when I'm doing readings often, very often, I would say almost every reading, I get numbers and colors together for people, and they're part of like the message. And I know what it is. I just don't know how it's just sort of like,
Yes. I don't know how I get things either. Yep. Sometimes
it just comes out, but it's like really, they're always communicating to me with these numbers. Yeah.
It's true. They're always communicating in different ways. And it's just like, honestly, you'll learn. Yes, you need to learn an encyclopedia of knowledge. Sure.
Yes.
But if you're just channeling and you're getting accurate information, like that's where you want to be. Like that's where you want to be. And it's all about if you're helping people. And there's constantly different ways on how to blend with the numbers or receive numbers. I just, there's no one way. No.
Yeah, no, I love that. So we do have a lot more people that have birthdays in the comments. Cheryl, I picked the last one.
Oh,
Why
I
don't
was
you pick the next one.
I'll pick one.
Yeah.
But before I do, Kelly, can I ask you, like, are you like the rest of us? Like when you see 444 on the clock or 333 on the license plate, do you connect with that? Like, do you look at numbers all day also as signs from your loved ones, from angels? Like, are you just vibing, and maybe you get more numbers more than the regular person, so to speak? I don't know. Maybe you're just more attuned to it. Do you do that too? Did you get 1111 and 333 and
Repetitive numbers? I get them all the time.
I get them in like clusters. So I think I'm very similar to how most people experience them on average. I mean, I look at numbers as a language. So if something catches my eye, I just start like kind of feeling and playing with what's in front of me. So there's that. That's cool. But sometimes I'm just like, oh, cool. Like there's a repeat number. That's open energy. That's good energy. And I take it as a sign, and I kind of just appreciate that it's there. Oh my gosh, I was going to say something and it flew out of my head. But basically, I don't know. I was going to say something. I don't know.
I'm going to ask you to read Angeline. So her birthday is 6/7/77. She didn't die the month of June.
Where is Angeline?
7 p.m.
3777. Did you say?
Yes. 6/7/77. Yeah, June.
Oh
6th.
yeah.
Oh wait, where is June? I don't see the June. Let me scroll up.
She didn't write out the June. She came in at 5:57 p.m.
Oh, 5:57. Oh, I'm way too far ahead. Okay.
Okay, I see her.
There it is.
Oh, okay, cool.
Angeline, we're just hoping that that's June 7th. Just because we want to make sure June.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we get that's a great question. Yeah. If they're in the UK, they'll put it backwards. So
right. We want to make sure we have the right month.
If you can just confirm with me, Angeline, if she's with us.
Maybe she's left because she posted that a while ago.
Angeline.
Nothing yet.
Angeline.
There is like
where we can move on.
Second delay. Yeah, let's pick another one, and if
I can say a little thing for Angeline. I can say a little thing. Okay, so I don't know if I have your birthday in the correct order, but there is something I can pick that I do know is correct.
Okay.
So you were born on a 7th day, and so that means that sometimes other people might give you a lot of space and like birth when they first meet you, because 7s come across as quiet or busy within their own heads. So it's almost like energy sometimes won't radiate for you to get the results you want for people to come to you. You have to come to people. So if you like somebody, if you want to talk to somebody, if you want an opportunity, know that sometimes you have to start up that energy. But once you do, everything else that you plan for will go much more easily after that. So just take the first initiative, and just know that sometimes people just think you're deeply in your thoughts, in your head. So that's what I'm going to give to you. Okay.
So why don't we do, so Kelly Eckhart, would you look at 549? There's Blossom. Blossom was born November.
That's what I was going to do. I have my thing already on it.
You kidding me?
Oh, wait. No, there's another one that she has with her actual birthday.
Yeah, November 6th, 1991.
There it is.
Yeah, Blossom.
Blossom.
November 6th.
And she was looking for some guidance. If I go down, it said on where there she is. Hold on.
Blossom, do you have a particular question?
You did, and it was a very good question. And now I'm looking for it. I will find it.
I'm seeing. Yeah, it says, "May I have a reading, please?" But I'm having some experience. Oh, it's 5:57. I'm having some experiences that I can't understand spiritually.
There we
Okay.
go. Thank you.
Okay.
5:57.
You got her
All
birthday
right.
down, and I'll post that
I
question.
do. I have the birthday. And then
57.
she says, if I feel stuck in life, what can I do?
Yeah.
Okay. So awesome. All right. Well, straight out the gate, it feels like just looking at your chart with like January, it looks like you're going through a lot of changes already, even though you feel like you're stuck. It's like things are still going up the hill, even though maybe they feel heavy or you feel like it's not pleasant. How can I put it? I feel like you're moving, but it's just like kind of agonizing and it's the same old, even though you're moving. You know how you just want more and you're like, this isn't it, but it's still going along. So I want to give that to you. I want to say, like, actually, a lot more transpiring than you think. And maybe we're going to have like a massive cataclysm this year and you're really going to see it. And maybe it's just subtle, but I just want to really remind you that because this year and this month and all into this year, you're going to feel that. Okay. You're in an 8 cycle. And so an 8 cycle is a difficult year. Okay, it's a difficult year for most people, but the nice thing is you have an attitude 8 as well. So what does that mean? It means that it's going to enact energies to actually answer questions exactly in the realm of why am I here? What am I supposed to be doing with my purpose? It's going to kick stuff up. Jose talked about or I talked about Jose with when's the right time? When's the right time? Well, this year's the right time to actually get those answers answered. It's going to come to you rather than, you have to find it. So that's really nice. But the difficulty of the year is there's a mixture of you have to look at hard truths and you have to take care of yourself like you never took care of yourself before. Okay. So you're going to get a lot of roadblocks that are going to say, sure, but you got to fix this first. Okay, but not until this happens. And so as long as you do the hard work, you're going to see results actually rather quickly again than any other year. That's the nice thing about 8. It's a hard year, but if you do the work, you get really quick results. Another thing is, ladies, I could go on forever.
Yeah,
Never
yeah,
stop.
that's great. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, finish what you have there.
Yeah, we'll just keep them short, just so we can answer more questions.
Yeah.
Sure. You
Wow.
really have to take care of your body. So, I'm drinking a lot of water. I'm really thirsty right now. And I feel like that can apply to you too. Drinking water, taking supplements, really balancing your body. There's like imbalances, I think, even hormonally that are like causing like fluctuations in mood, focus. So this is about taking care of your body and yourself so you can continue to make those changes. But I actually think life is going to come and help to snowball that for you too as well. So life is going to help you a lot this year. Just hold on tight and make those changes and look yourself in the mirror and say, all right, let's do this. Okay. So that's a lot's coming for her. That's for sure.
I love that. That was great. And let us know in the comments, Blossom, how that resonates with you, please. Thank you. What's so funny is before we had picked Blossom, I was looking at her comments and I was like going to try to push her in next. And then Cheryl said the one I was on, but I did a little blank and scrolled up and I was like, wait, I was already on that one. We did that last week too, didn't we?
We did. She says, thank you so much, Kelly. Thank you so much.
Oh, yay. I'm glad
Kelly,
that
Kelly, I have a question. So Kelly, is there a number where is there a card number or I don't know, is there something you can answer for all of us or something, like if we all focused on a question or something, I don't know, and you felt a number, I'm not sure. Is there something like that where like this is a number 9 year, right? So we want to focus on the 9 year. Is there anything else we need to watch out for this year or anything else we can do for ourselves this year to help us, something that would apply to all of us or something, like
sure.
how do we keep our energy up, when people are,
Sure.
raising their vibration?
Sure. I think you're like helping everybody to look at numerology a different way with that question,
That is
because it's like
perfect.
in the world deck, if you know the world is just a deck of cards, we have landed on the 9.
Right.
Yeah, we picked the 9 card.
Yeah.
And really what everybody needs to remember with that is that we are meant to change. And the greatest change comes sometimes when we're in it. So the 9 is all about, don't worry about the process. As long as you put the intention out there, the process is going to enact. And you're going to realize it actually sometimes, well, it's over, it's already over, or you're smack dab in it. And that's like good. You don't want to be thinking about it. You don't want to be overthinking about how you want your life to change. You don't want to be constantly, you should, you should be connected to a higher source if that's what you feel is right. But you shouldn't be like, when's the day going to come? When's the day going to come? What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Like 9 is all about being in the moment, and it's all about, you can't plan it, even if you tried it and you never seen this coming. Get ready for a wild ride, and get ready for life to be like, again, truth is stranger than fiction. That's what 9's all about. So just enjoy the ride and do the best that you can, and focus on the intention,
Oh my
and
God.
then let it be.
Truth is stranger than fiction. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
True.
Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you.
Yeah, that is great, Kelly. Thank you. I'm trying to read all these comments. I don't know. Should we pick one more, or should we?
Yeah. Well, someone's just asking, can people give themselves a personal reading, or is it better to go to a numerologist, or how do you?
So think about, some people might be familiar with astrology. Okay. And so think about it like this when I talk about it, as well as what I say. Yes, you can read yourself, but you're not going to, I guess, know as many things to look for. And you might not, I guess, understand things within certain numbers as comprehensively. Okay. So, like when I was first learning about numerology, I knew that a life path 2 meant that, you're a mediator, and like you're kind of a gentle soul, more so than not, and you long to be a peacemaker. But like now, if someone's a life path 2, I know they have a really sensitive nervous system, and they get upset stomachs usually, and they cannot burn the candle at both ends. And having love within their life is something incredibly, incredibly important. It doesn't have to be traditional love, but if their like love meter or friendship meter is off, it just will cannonball the rest of their life. Okay. And the other numbers are not like that. 2 is such an emotional number. It needs certain things to survive. Okay. So I encourage people to read themselves, but if you want something more comprehensive, it's just a completely different experience going to someone who's professional, that's an astrologer or numerologist, when it comes to looking at their chart and what they want to look at. I mean, you can look at when your house is going to sell. You can look at, again, when's the best time to interview for a job, or when you can even coordinate where your energy is the highest, where you want to take the interview and people are going to respond to you because you're glowing. You can do all these things. It's just mind-blowingly cool.
Amazing. Kelly Eckhart.
Yes. So a lot of people like to go to numerology when they're naming their business. Have you heard of that?
Yes, I do that for people. Yes.
Okay, so that's what I was going to ask you if you do that. Yeah.
I actually,
I never did. But I've had a lot of people ask me about that.
So, one of the coolest things that I've ever done with that is when I was teaching for like Lisa Williams School a couple years ago, again, 2023, I think, I don't know, but I helped to revamp the name for the school. So now it is the Psychic Mediumship Academy, I believe. I should know that. But we went with Lisa, we broke down all the numbers and saw how that correlated to her chart and her business chart too as well, for the various harmony for herself.
Wow,
That's
kudos
impressive.
to you for that. Yeah, that is impressive. I'm curious where mine all fall. I intuitively name things based on like my own intuition, but I would love to compare them with numerology.
Yeah, it will so sometimes people get tremendous energy within their work, and sometimes they, let's say, are lagging, or sometimes they have tremendous energy, but there's all these like hiccups or setbacks, and you can actually see how supportive the energy that you carry with you, besides just who you are, is in harmony with you or not. So like there's me, there's Kelly, there's Cheryl, right? And then we're taking on additional energies as we go forward in life. And what do those energies look like when they're sitting next to who we are? And sometimes it creates calamity, and sometimes it's actually very feeling a feeling of ease. And I know that sounds really funny to conceptualize, but it's actually very true.
Yeah, I can totally, like, it makes so much sense to me and resonates. So
It's like birthing a baby. Does is this baby an easy temperament or not?
Yeah.
It'll showcase in your chart.
Yeah. So my other question is, now what was that question? Well, you know what? I just lost it. Darn it. I had this question and it was like such a good question. And it's gone. So I'm sorry.
Well, no, we have to. It's happened tonight already with all of us, I think. So you're good. And we'll look, Kelly Brickel, first Kelly Brickel, and then Kelly Eckhart. But Kelly Brickel, what's in store for you next? Like, where can people find you? Do you have a podcast? And we know you're going to be at Kelly's store. Would you mention some ways people can connect with you, what you're doing next, what's upcoming?
Sure. So there's a lot that I'm doing right now with Sacred Spiral Network. That's a network that I created. It is inspired from my time at WLTKDB, because when it ended, I wanted to help pick up the pieces and to create a place where people could come and continue to host and share who they were and feel supported, because the technology sphere is very overwhelming. And if I can, I would like to help facilitate for people who are just, they just want to share their gift. They just want to be the psychic medium. They just want to, do what they love, rather than figure out how to post and make this and make that and brand. And so I'm helping to put together shows and podcasts for people. I have the Numerology Hour and the Psychic Hour, and I go live twice a week usually on that, and that's through Sacred Spiral as well. And so I'm really helping to build that for other people right now. And then I'm trying to travel a little bit in the meantime, like with Kelly's wonderful store, and I will be over at oh my gosh, I'm so short-circuiting. I will be in March in Oregon for the Ghost Conference. I'll be there. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It's in Seaside. I've never been to Seaside before in Oregon, presenting, and then I'll be honored to go back to Lilydale in August to teach numerology. So I'm just trying to really, really just be out there and share and help other people do the same thing. I just that's how I want to live my life. So I'm going for it.
I'm just so proud of you. I feel like since I've met you, I've just watched you really kind of expand and grow so much. Like, you're so amazing.
Thank you. I just, you too, both of you. I mean, you have the show, you help so many people. You're just with your shop and all the classes and your prayer circle, like you bring so much to other people, and you inspire me just as equally.
Oh, thank you. And Kelly, your website again is kellybrickel.com. And are you on social media? Should people go to Facebook, Instagram? And
What is your handle on social media? Is it all the same, or is it different on either ones?
It's all the same, except you can find me on Kelly Brickel on every social platform. My Facebook is Energetic Sessions, but you'll be able to find me through my personal page. I have a link there too as well, but you can find me through Kelly Brickel. Yes.
Terrific. Stephanie said she had a reading with Kelly 3 years ago, and that you are amazing, Kelly Brickel. So
Hey,
Thank you.
Stephanie. Stephanie's awesome. Thank you, Stephanie. She's such a sweetheart. I appreciate you so much, Stephanie.
And then Kelly Eckhart, would you like to share what's happening for you? What's coming up, Kelly?
Oh my gosh, there's just always so much going on. And I don't have Brianna here to remind me. The best thing to do is just to go to like moxiecrystals.com or mediumkelly.com and go to my events. And if you're interested in your development and want a place to practice, go to my website for classes and you can sign up for my development circle, which there's one this Sunday. They're about twice a month. And be on the lookout for more upcoming things online. I'm working on stuff.
Oh, good. Well, I'm just going to share what I'm doing, if that's all right, Kelly.
Yeah, go for it.
Guys, I have an event coming up January 31st with medium Thomas John. I just put the link in the comment section, and I'll do that also on my live Instagram. January 31st. It's a lovely online event. You're going to have 2 mediums for 2 hours. It's so much great, energy with working with another medium. Please join us for live audience readings. Once again, January 31st. And my website, just to let you know, for anyone that'd like to sign up for my newsletter, it's mediumcheryl.com. And I also offer that free healing prayer circle that Kelly Brickel was mentioning. So thanks, Kelly. I do a Sunday night free healing prayer circle so I'd love to have you join us. That's every Sunday online. And it's just always beautiful to come together, right? For prayer, meditation.
Oh, I love it. I wish I could make it more often.
I know it's, our lives get busy, but we're always thinking about you and thinking about everyone that comes through our
It's
circles.
a beautiful group. It is a beautiful group. Even the Facebook group, like you can feel the energy when you go to the group.
Yeah, it comes from that private Facebook group.
Yeah, and there's so many active, loving souls all sending this love and these prayers for everybody. And I love that.
Yeah, that is so true. So true. Thank you.
Miracle workers.
Yes.
Are you going to be sending prayers, I guess, to all the fires? I'm sure you've been doing that. My heart goes out to all the animals and the people.
Oh my gosh. Sad. Yeah. And, there are just prayers and fires going on today in the LA area. I mean, Castaic just everywhere. And the animals, like you're right, Kelly, the wildlife, the animals, we hope they survive. Their homes are being burned, the trees and the landscape. So thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. And just everywhere. There's a lot happening. So I feel like I'm always sending prayers to like all over the world.
Yeah.
Yes, all over the world. Exactly. And there's just and all the babies still, whether it's fur babies or wildlife, I pray that there's an open window or something, and someone needs to go wherever they need to go to be found, just however they can be helped. Whether it's in another country or in California, however you can be helped. Put my intention towards that, please.
Yes, I love that.
So everyone, we want to wish everyone a beautiful evening. Thank you for joining us. Kelly and Kelly, can you give us the dates again when you will be at the Moxie Crystal store again? When is that coming up?
February 1st and 2nd. I think the 1st is the DEM and the 2nd is a workshop. Friday night and a Saturday morning. So not this weekend, but the weekend after.
Perfect. Well, what a great time to have you on the show, Kelly, to share your message with everyone. And really, we just want to thank you. We know you're busy, and we appreciate your time and your generosity with our listeners. And you've taught all of us so much tonight. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Kelly. I'm glad you came on the show. I love it when you come on. I was telling everybody about you. And so I feel like we might have had a lot more people than normal because I was telling everybody they got to watch. So,
I appreciate that. I'm ready to share the love. Seriously, on February 1st and 2nd, I'm ready.
They're ready. I'm hoping.
Thank you for being so generous with your time and energy with me too. Both Cheryl and Kelly, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. All right. Namaste, and namaste, everyone. And the people that got the reading tonight, I mean, Jose and Blossom, thank you so much for helping us learn about numerology as well. And thank you to all of our listeners. And of course, our co-host, Brianna, she'll be back with us next week. But wishing all of you a lovely evening. You've been watching Seeing Beyond Living Transformed. Have a beautiful evening. We'll see you next week. Namaste.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Seeing Beyond Living Transformed. We hope today's insights have inspired you on your path to a more fulfilling and enlightened life. Remember, transformation isn't just a destination, it's a journey we take each day. We invite you to continue exploring with us as we unravel more lessons and stories that empower growth and change. Mark your calendars for next week's episode, airing Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We've got more exciting topics and inspiring guests lined up that you won't want to miss. If you found value in today's episode, we'd love for you to like and share this video to help spread the message of transformation and inspiration. Stay curious, stay inspired, and until next time, keep seeing beyond. Thanks for watching.